And for the last coaching spotlight for the 2012 men's lacrosse season, here is Coach Andy Copelan. Coach, how are you today?
I'm doing all right, Ivy. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Coach. And can you just explain the mindset of the team after the NCAA selection shows?
Yeah, it was. It was certainly disheartening. I mean, we kind of knew we were one of those four teams that were on the short list competing for two spots, and I know that the committee has a tough decision trying to figure out what criteria they're gonna use as kind of the priority criteria there, and it is what it is. I mean, I'm not in the business of kind of making excuses. I thought we put together a very good year, and it was a record-setting year, and I'm proud of the fact that we got the 12 wins, and I think everybody would have, appreciated kind of the opportunity to keep playing and to play at a higher level than we did in the conference championship game. I mean, I think that what doesn't sit well with a lot of people. So we were hopeful for that opportunity, but at the end of the day, we didn't get it, so we just have to move on.
Were you at all surprised that the committee picked Denver?
I knew just based off of past years that they tend to reward top 5 wins. I think I was more surprised that with the last 2 spots, it looked like they based one of their selections off of RPI, and then they based the other selection off of strength of schedule. So the inconsistency there is a little bit concerning. But I've never been in that position. I've never been behind those closed doors to kind of have all those moving parts that you have to try to decipher through and kind of see what makes the most sense. So I don't know. I don't want to question those guys. I mean, I appreciate what they do for the sport, and I think that the 16 teams that are in are certainly deserving, and I'm sure they're going to play at a high level.
Now, like you said, it was a record-setting win. What did you tell your team? Just to show that, just to remind them how much they accomplished this year, and just the fact that they didn't make the NCAA tournament shouldn't, deter the fact that they've had this record-setting year. They had such a great year.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes college athletics, I mean, it forces all of us and fans and supporters and followers to be a little bit short-sighted. So, I mean, I think it's really easy for everybody to turn to that last game there against Loyola, and I just wanted to make sure that the guys knew that didn't define them this year. That if you look at the whole body of work, I mean, the 6 one-goal wins, the 4 overtime wins, the 12 wins in the season, that is really difficult to come by. So I just hope our guys can hang their hat on that and just really appreciate all the little things that this team was able to accomplish.
Now, you guys made the ECAC finals. You lost to a very good team in Loyola. Just can we get your reaction to that final game?
Yeah, Loyola was the number 1 team in the country. I mean, they number 1 RPI, number 1 team overall, first seed in the NCAA tournament. I mean, you lose to them twice. I mean, I don't believe in moral victories, but I mean those guys are really good, and and we did some things to beat ourselves. We had 19 turnovers and they had 3, and you're not going to win many games, period, when you turn the ball over 19 times, and certainly not. It doesn't help you beat the number 1 team in the country. So that stuff was a little bit disappointing. I think it was a quick turnaround. It was it was about 90 degrees on the turf, and we just looked a little bit tired, like we didn't really have our legs about us. And I don't know if there's something I could have done differently or not, but it was I'm not sure that was really indicative of the team that we were this year.
Now, that one long goal that they had, I believe it was like 75 yards out. Was that like the one moment that just had the team kind of, an emotional deflation a little bit in that game?
I mean, it certainly hurt. I mean, I think at that point it was 4-3, and you kind of felt like we were going to be able to finish the quarter at 4-3. And if you're down 1 goal, and we didn't really think we played at a high level during that first quarter, I think we could have maybe rebounded a little bit cleaner. And it's just one of those things. I mean, I may coach for another 25 years. I may never see a goal like that ever again. And it's just I don't know. I mean, Charlie's our MVP right now, so it's certainly not on him. It's just kind of one of those fluky things that can just happen, and unfortunately, it happened against us, and it put us down 2 goals at the end of the first quarter, and more so than that, I don't know how deflating it was to us. I just think it was a huge momentum to them, and they kind of capitalized and ran with it a little bit.
Now, you said it before, this season you had 3 overtime wins. You had numerous close game wins, 4 overtime wins, and numerous close game wins. What does that say about the character of this team and just how special it was?
Yeah, I think it says a whole lot. I think it says that we're a resilient bunch. It says that I guess the 4 losses we had. I mean, all the losses up until the last one there in the conference championship, we responded appropriately to those losses, and it just tells you that our seniors did a great job of leading and making sure that everybody believed in our ability to kind of pull out some of those close wins. So. The challenge here is certainly moving forward. We got to make sure that you kind of pass things down to the next senior class and the next team, and you want the expectations to really stay the same, and you just want to make sure that you continue competing at kind of the elite level that we were at this year.
Now the Fairfield Lacrosse program is really going up in the national rankings. What does this team have to do differently next year in order to get over that hump and go into the NCAA tournament?
I think we're going to have to play smarter down the stretch. I just think I don't know. It's kind of wild. I mean, I guess the one thing that I really learned from this year is that obviously everybody wants to win the AQ and everybody wants to win their conference, but there are still other ways to get into this NCAA tournament. So, with that said, sometimes you don't really recognize the true importance of games early in the season or the middle of your season or any really of the non-conference games. So, if there's a way to kind of just approach every single contest like it's going to have some sort of value towards your overall resume at the end of the year, then hopefully, the committee the committee kind of rewards you if you treat the season as such. So that's hopefully we can continue to play at this level.